According to a report, Kim Kardashian is essentially raising her 4 children as a single mother, as Kanye West is rarely present. Hi, before we continue, please subscribe to the channel for all Kardashians news and update. Kim Kardashian is now spending most of her time taking care of her 4 children on her own. Even though she shares them with her former husband Kanye West, sources say he hasn't been around much lately. Kim is raising their daughter North, who is 11 years old, their son Saint, who is 8, their daughter Chicago, who is 6, and their youngest son Sam, who is 5. People who know the situation say that Kim is pretty much handling everything by herself, even though she does have people helping her from time to time. Still, raising 4 kids, making sure they are doing well, and organizing everything for them is a lot of work, even for someone who has help. According to someone close to her, all her energy goes into taking care of her children and making sure their lives are in order. There hasn't been a reply yet from the representatives of either Kim Kardashian or Kanye West about this situation, but the reports continue to grow. Kim and Kanye had a very public and famous relationship. They got married in Florence, Italy, back in May 2014. But things started going downhill, and in February 2021, Kim decided to file for divorce. Their marriage officially ended in November 2022 when their divorce was finalized. Back then, court papers showed that both Kim and Kanye had agreed to share custody of their 4 kids equally. That meant they both had the same rights when it came to spending time with the children and making decisions about them. However, not long after that agreement was made, people close to Kim shared that she was actually taking care of the kids about 80% of the time. This number had already been mentioned by Kanye himself earlier. So, even though they agreed to joint custody on paper, in reality, the children were mostly staying with Kim and she was doing most of the work to raise them. Kim has a very busy life already, as she is a businesswoman with many responsibilities. Managing that and also being a mother to 4 children is a lot for anyone to handle. As part of their divorce agreement, Kanye agreed to pay Kim $200,000 every month as child support. He also agreed to pay for half of all the kids' school costs and any extra protection or security they need. That shows there was an effort to make sure the children would have all their needs covered. Another part of their agreement was about how to solve disagreements about their kids. They both agreed to attend mediation if they had any problems deciding something important. Mediation is when both people sit down with a neutral person who helps them talk things out and find a fair solution. The deal also said that if one of them didn't show up to the mediation session, the other person who did come would be allowed to make the decision. It's not known if there have been any changes made to that agreement since then. After their divorce, Kanye quickly moved on and married someone else. Just a month after the divorce was finalized, he had a private wedding with Bianca Censori. She used to work with Kanye as one of his Yeezy brand designers. Bianca is 29 years old and has been seen with Kanye in many places around the world since they got married. Sometimes, Kanye's children were with them on these trips, but most of the time, he and Bianca traveled without the kids. More recently, rumors started going around that Kanye was planning to divorce Bianca too. There were even reports saying he wanted to move and live in Tokyo. Some news outlets said that Kanye and Bianca's relationship had been facing serious problems. They were said to be going through a rough time together. One article even described their situation as definitely rocky, which means it was not going well at all. However, another report gave a different story. The Daily Mail reported that the whole idea of a divorce might have just been made up. According to their report, Kanye and Bianca may have created the divorce rumors on purpose. The reason behind it was to make people focus on the story about their relationship instead of something else that had recently come out. This distraction may have been planned because Kanye was facing a serious legal problem. One of his former assistants had filed a lawsuit against him. The lawsuit was about something very troubling and was getting a lot of attention. So, by spreading the story about a possible divorce from Bianca, Kanye and his team may have hoped that people would stop talking about the lawsuit. It's not the first time that Kanye's name has been connected to big headlines. Over the years, he has been in the news for many reasons, sometimes because of his music, other times because of the things he says or does, or because of his personal relationships. Through all of this, Kim Kardashian has stayed focused on her children. Even when things were not easy in her marriage, and even after the divorce, she has shown that her kids come first. She often posts pictures of them on her social media and is very involved in their daily lives. Whether it's helping them with school, taking them to events, or just spending time together at home, she continues to put in a lot of effort to be there for them. And with Kanye being away most of the time, the responsibility of raising the kids has been mainly on her shoulders. It's clear that this is not just about being a celebrity or having money. Parenting is hard work for anyone, and Kim's situation is proof that even with all the fame and help in the world, it can still be very challenging. She's doing her best to make sure her kids are growing up in a stable environment. Being both a mother and a businesswoman is not an easy task, but she has taken it on and continues to do her best every day. While Kanye has been living a very different life, often overseas and sometimes making headlines for reasons that are not always positive, Kim has stayed focused on keeping her children's lives steady. She wants to give them a normal and happy childhood as much as possible. Even when people have things to say about her or her former husband, she rarely responds publicly. Instead, she lets her actions speak, showing her love and care for her children through everything she does for them. The world has watched the relationship between Kim and Kanye unfold for many years. From their grand wedding in Italy to their public moments of love, their family life, and eventually their divorce, people have followed every step. But now, Kim seems to be writing a new chapter for herself and her kids. She is working hard to give them a good life and to be there for them in every way. Kanye, on the other hand, appears to be focused on other parts of his life, including his new marriage, his brand, and traveling. This difference in how they are choosing to live after their divorce has made people talk even more about Kim being the one who is truly parenting their children most of the time. It's something that many single parents can relate to, even though Kim's life is very different from most people's. At the end of the day, being present and available for your children is one of the most important things a parent can do, and that's exactly what Kim is doing. As things continue to change in the lives of both Kim and Kanye, one thing remains clear: their children are growing up with a mother who is giving her all to make sure they are cared for, supported, and loved every single day. Through all of this, Kim Kardashian has stayed focused on her children. Even when things were not easy in her marriage, and even after the divorce, she has shown that her kids come first. She often posts pictures of them on her social media and is very involved in their daily lives. Thanks for watching. Please do well to share your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more Kardashian updates.